are now, the second leg. How do you feel this will go?
It really has been a great competition, and here we are. I mean, Thailand with such a commanding position to be in, 4 goals up from the first leg. Wonderful performance in that first leg. So controlled, so dominant, and it's rare in major finals to be in such a position, right? To have 4 goals from their first leg. I don't think I've ever seen it anywhere in a final of a major competition. So if Indonesia were to somehow, I know the probabilities are very low, but if they were to somehow claw themselves back into this tie,
only one team has ever won the AFF Suzuki Cup having lost the first leg, and that was Thailand against Indonesia, by the way, ironically, and that was in 2016. Can history repeat itself? We'll have to wait and see in a short while when the match gets underway. They are up for it today, but they've got their work cut out for them. When you look at the lineups, Thailand make 5 changes from the side that won that first leg. Manu Poking has restored many of what some would consider his first 11, or close enough as it were. Tiratan Bumatan returns from suspension. He is at left back. Paui will come into centre back after the injury to who's been fairly regular as well, hasn't he? Tristan Doe and Wirata, as I mentioned earlier. Elias Dola had that injury and came off in the first leg. Lots and lots of options though for Thailand, that's for sure. The 2 skippers here, Chanatap we mentioned earlier on his, and to the right Asnawi, who has been promised a house if he can win this, along with Irfan Jai. They both come from the same part of Indonesia. He would like to do that if they can perform something pretty outstanding this evening. And they'll have to do it with these players here. 3 changes made by Shin Tae-yong. There was lots of speculation as to whether Egi Maulana would start today. The answer is yes. Pratama returns from suspension, and the very pacey forward Ramai Rumakek also gets a starting place today. Looking at their formation, they are going with the 4-2-3-1. Ramai Rumakek, as you said, Ramai Rumakek on that left-hand side. Dedek Setiawan is still the preferred forward. And as we mentioned, the rather bizarre news that 4 players broke protocols and have not been included today. Rizky Ramadani was one of them, Elkan Baggett another. In fact, there were 2 Rizkys involved as well, and Victor Igbonefo was the 4th player. Edo Febriansha is on the bench along with Irfan Jaya, who will be quite the impact player, I'm sure, if he's called upon. There are the 2 coaches. It's been relatively well-intentioned, the press conferences between the 2 in the run-up to this final. And a moment of remembrance now for family, friends and colleagues, every person who has passed on due to COVID-19. We must remember, of course, in the backdrop of COVID-19, this tournament was postponed twice, but in the grander scheme of things, of course, there is still important to remember we're in the middle of a global pandemic. Faisal Al-Ali, the man in charge here from Jordan. Rish Roshan Rai, your thoughts on that lineup, on those lineups?
I'm enjoying this countdown actually. 3, 2, 1 before kickoff on the second leg. Yeah, looking at those lineups, I think with Indonesia here, it looks like a pretty attacking lineup, which you'd expect being 4 goals down. Obviously looking to try and start with a very quick tempo early on. It almost will be a 4-1-4-1, I think, at times, with Ricky Kambuaya and Witan Sulaiman allowed to get forward in support of Dedek Setiawan, especially when Indonesia are in possession of the ball. Egi Maulana, Ramai Rumakek, Egi Maulana playing on that right-hand side. Now will be allowed to drift in onto his left foot. Ramai Rumakek, same, playing as those inverted wingers in those wider positions for this Indonesian team. For Thailand, I mean, it's still an incredibly strong lineup. We've seen the strength of their squad throughout this competition. When you look at Chanatip in there, Tirasin, Bodin, 3 players who I thought were brilliant in the first leg, and Supachok, who was the man of the match, deservedly
absolutely
so.
Brilliant, yeah. Someone who, if not for Chanatip's goals, might well be considering himself a contender for MVP. Remember, they need to score 4 goals minimum, 4 unanswered goals for Indonesians to stand any chance of seeing this through and potentially grabbing their first ever AFF Suzuki Cup. There's Tiraton, brought back into the side after his suspension was complete. That is a delightful ball into the path of Bodin, who goes down, looks across at the referee. Nothing doing. The danger isn't over. A little cheeky touch on from Bodin. Chanatip can't get there. Narubadin puts a cross in. It'll be a corner. Feels like it's the first leg again.
Yeah, you know, one of the great things about this Thai team is how they've started off matches, and here, just here, a bit of contact there behind. Asnawi is on the wrong side of Bodin. He's bearing down on goal. I don't think there's enough to give a penalty there.
Here's Tiraton on the right-hand side. Oh, he was getting involved. And now the counter. This is where Indonesia can be dangerous. Egi Maulana, goal here, would light the stadium up. Witan Sulaiman. Back to Egi. That's the passes for Rahmat, but it's still with Indonesia. Asnawi. They know if they want to stand a chance, an early goal would really help their cause. There's that fine balance, isn't it, Roshan, of trying to go forward and force the issue, but not leaving yourself too exposed, because you know how dangerous the Thais are.
Well, that's right, and sort of still trying to find that balance in the team, in the situation that they find themselves in. You see that issue there. They haven't been comfortable in possession when they've been pressed by Thailand. We saw that in the first leg where Indonesia were giving the ball away very easily, unaccustomed to the pace that Thailand want to play the game at.
Two not so great passes from Rahmat Irianto, and much has been made of the fact that his father was also an Indonesian international and played in the AFF Suzuki Cup final. That was back in 2002. And that was also against Thailand, by the way. And that's one of the more painful losses for Indonesia. They had to go to penalties in that one. His father missed a penalty in the shootout. Can he go one better today? At the moment, it looks a very difficult task for Rahmat and co. Ball given away to Narubadin. Super chop. Brought down, he looks at the referee, arms stretched out, he's not interested. Pratama, so good to have him back inside on left hand. They looked a little bit vulnerable, didn't they? Particularly in the first 15 minutes on that Indonesian left-hand side, the Thai right.
That's right, they did, and it wasn't just on the defensive front. You know, going forward he offers a lot, and they didn't really have that outlet on the left-hand side in the first leg. They tried to change it up in the second. Alfiandra going to play out at left back. And while Alfiandra has been one of the outstanding Indonesian players for me, I don't think he was very effective in that position. A bit unfair on him.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going to try and do his best for the team, but it wasn't very effective.
That's great work there from Asnawi. Get past, poured in. Here's Witan Sulaiman.
That's another player, Witan Sulaiman, who just got crowded out in that first leg and didn't have any impact at all because Thailand was so determined to get players around him as quickly as they possibly could. And again, just there are three Thai players around him. On this occasion, he kept the ball really well with Tan. We spoke about development earlier and how these young Indonesian players playing in a big final for perhaps the first time at international level in these sort of conditions against a very experienced Thai team.
That's a good throw in, isn't it? Into the pit, I think it's in Sulaiman. Looks like it was strong. It is going to be a corner.
Again, that added tactical value that Pratama Arhan brings to this Indonesian side with those long throws in behind.
Just see
the contact here.
Now there's more contact here, isn't there?
It's
the other one.
It's come off. It looks like it's come off Witan, so I don't understand how that's a corner. And it looks like he was actually bumped in from behind by Kritsada.
Not enough for a penalty, though, right?
I don't think so, but I don't think it's a corner as well.
Either.
It's come off Witan last. Anyway.
Howie with the header. Here is Chanatip. Clearance by Narubadin. Trying to keep up this pressure. Here's Ramai, who's got the pace. Ramai. Lovely turn from Witan Sulaiman. Ricky Kambuaya. It's slipped in. Indonesia have got their goal with a large slice of luck. Ricky Kambuaya has struck early here. And has that given them just a little bit of hope?
Oh, that will give them a lot of hope. Still a long way to go, but what a start for Indonesia. Love the work from Rumakek down this left-hand side, keeps his composure, and wonderful what Witan Sulaiman does there. He hangs on to the ball under pressure. We didn't see enough of that from him in the first leg. Taking on the responsibility, holding on to it. And then Kambuaya, all he can do really is try and drive that through the sea of legs and test the goalkeeper, keep it on target. And he tested Siwarak, who on this occasion wasn't up to this challenge. It's a bad mistake from an experienced goalkeeper, but Indonesia won't care. Look at the defenders it's gone through. That's poor goalkeeping. Doesn't get behind the ball at all. Just takes his eye off it, perhaps careless from Siwarak.
Only the second goal that Thailand have conceded in this tournament. Ball is given away. Here comes Thirasin Dunga. Can they hit back immediately? Nadio's down the way. And the resulting shot is then blocked for a corner though.
He's been great, Nadio, in goal for Indonesia. Again, he had to be strong with that. He kept the shot out.
Well, this is end-to-end stuff early on. A perfect start for Indonesia, Roshan. This is what not only the Indonesians, but the neutrals watching this would want to see.
This is great. This is great for the final. I know it's not great for Thai fans out there, but the atmosphere around the stadium has been brilliant, even before kickoff.
Absolutely.
And from the Indonesian fans as well, a credit to them. They were loud, they were lively.
Tanawat, surely brought down. Rahmat went in hard. Everyone's blood is pumped up at the moment, isn't it?
Lovely work from Tanawat. It is a foul. He gets a second challenge in as well.
Follow-up could have been
from Didik.
Oof. Again, pretty much dead centre. You know, there's one player who's certainly going to fancy his chances, and he's right on the ball.
Remember the first leg when there were a couple of really good positions for Thailand for the free kicks. They've got another great position here, and this time they've got the specialist on.
That magic wand of a left foot for Tiraton. They will have been watching, I'm sure, his videos, Roshan, in anticipation of what he wants to do, what he does with his free kicks.
Yeah, that was a great angle that we had, a camera angle that we had early on of the position of the wall. And when I actually saw that, I thought, I think there's going to be in need of a bit of adjustment, and he has adjusted it, Nadeo. He has, because they were far too wide there, so we had to step across and had another look. He's adjusted it.
Is he hedging a bit? He's very central, isn't he? Let's see. Wall does its job, and listen to that. That's getting applauded by the crowd, big time. Chanatik. Well defended by Alfreanda. And there you go, he's just gesturing to his players, calm it down. Polking. How's he feeling about things at the moment? He's wearing his lucky clothes at the moment.
Well, for Indonesia, it's about goal, use the momentum. For Thailand, again, that experience needs to come in. Lots of experienced heads need to keep their composure, try and slow it down where they can. If in situations, in these set pieces, they can kill it off, go and do it, sure.
They'll get another corner. Thirasin appealed immediately. Well, this is the best possible way you can respond, short of scoring an actual equaliser.
Yeah, pressure's on. Thailand, good response from them. Again, it's Thirasin making a nuisance of himself. Might just have taken a touch, perhaps.
Well, there'll be another almighty roar from the Indonesians if they defend this one well, get it away. By the way, just to let you know that we've got Witan Sulaiman and Ramai right on the halfway line. Anything should come their way. Loose ball. Oh, that was beautiful, wasn't it, from Superchop, but it grazes the crossbar on the outside of his boot.
Clever from Superchop. Comes into him quickly, and he can't really sort of readjust his body in those positions. You need to take these attempts quickly. He's still got the time to take a first touch. He's just trying to curl it into the top corner with the outside of his boot. Unfortunately for Indonesia, it's come off the crossbar.
He's certainly someone, Russian, that you have pinpointed as you'd love to see him venture out of Thailand, perhaps into the likes of Japanese and Korean leagues, maybe further afield.
Yeah, and I think, you know, he's one of those who's ready to move on, Superchop. We've seen evidence of that I think, over the last couple of years, and certainly in this competition. And that really is the key for Southeast Asian players, and it's something that observers of Southeast Asian football, it's not something groundbreaking to say that Southeast Asian players need to go out and get out of their comfort zone and take their next step and try to play in a higher quality league. The ones that obviously have reached a certain level in the region are those players that I'm talking about.
Oh, the ball's been won back beautifully. Look, it's Ricky Kambuaya trying to slalom his way through. Kind of went down, didn't he, in front of Tiraton.
Strong challenges coming in from both sides. Ricky Kambuaya has got this ability in him to just run past. I think that's a foul. There should have been a free kick to Indonesia. And then Egy strong with the follow-up challenge.
Shin Tae-yong said, "We will win this second leg." Didn't say by how many goals, and whether it would be enough to take them through to lifting the trophy. But he's given them this self-belief. He's maintained, even right after the defeat, and it was a disappointing game for Indonesia. But remember, they had two very, very good chances in that first leg. Here is Witan Sulaiman. Right on his own, he's got two players right on him. Now Tiraton.
You can sense that nervousness has gone out of this Indonesian team. They were so nervous in the first leg. They couldn't keep the ball under pressure, but suddenly they've got confidence now because they're in a situation where they can't really lose. The 4 goals down.
They have
There's no pressure.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be the way. As they grow, as they develop, they should learn to play under that pressure.
Just got to keep their heads. There's some flying in here. Back with Indonesia, Asnawi. Well, it's full-blooded so far. You couldn't ask for a better start to this match.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, Kambuaya is really trying to single-handedly carry Indonesia forward. And he's, for me, been one of the best players in this Indonesian side as well. I know, talk about Witan, Nadeo, Pratama Arhan, Alfeandra. I'm now realizing I pretty much said the whole Indonesian team is the best.
Well, I think you pinpointed him in the first leg as the one who stood out for you, and you were
that's right
surprised, even I dare say disappointed when he got yanked off, didn't you? Felt that he could have stayed on the pitch.
I was surprised that they took him off. Maybe there was a thinking that
for the second leg
we were trying to keep him fresh for the second leg. But look at how they're closing and pressing and harrying here, Indonesia. They're hungry for this. They believe now that they can get something out of this match. And for all those people out there who are saying, let's cancel the second leg, in jest, I'm sure, in jest.
There was a lot of that going on. Now,
I'm not quite sure they feel the same way about that now.
Absolutely. Glued to their screens, I'm sure. Here comes the Pratama Arhan special. With his long throws. They're usually flat as well. Plenty of pace on them. Egy Maulana got a little touch on. Now you're seeing Manu Polking there. He was just, again, gesturing to his players. Calm it down or slow it down. Both of them would work right now for them, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So they're going to take as much time as they possibly can on these restarts. And you just saw evidence of that. The ball went on play. None of the Thai players really went off the pitch to take it. Mano took his time, walked to the ball, kicked it onto the pitch. But that's the key. That's being professional in these situations.
Tiraton's pass up top to Gordon has gone out of play. Catch a breath if you can. This is one of the few quieter moments in this match so far. 17 minutes have flown by in this AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 final, the second leg. Indonesia have scored a goal through Ricky Kambuaya. They need 3 more unanswered goals just to force this final to go into extra time, but the early goal is precisely what they would have wanted. Only 2 goals that Thailand have scored, that Thailand have conceded so far, have come off errors at the back. One against the Philippines, Manuel Beer's header was not good enough, slotted in by Reichelt. And here today, Siwadak. Some handling, poor handling in the shot. Chanatip has gone down, his boots off. He was in the press today, Roshan, talking about how players like him should be venturing out.
And he's absolutely right. Again, as his boot comes off there, you've seen his game step up to a different level, and you understand why, what he's learned from his time in J1, how he's developed as a player over there on and off the pitch. Again, as I said, it's not really groundbreaking, I think, to say Southeast Asian players. The ones who have outgrown the region need to then take that next step.
What I thought was interesting in his comments was he's calling it a comfort zone. And
maybe perhaps for some players they are in that comfort zone, but I don't think it's exclusively a Southeast Asian problem. I think it happens in various parts of the world. I think in West Asia you see it as well, with players not wanting to take that step into Europe, comfort zone, and you see it with English players as well.
Yeah, happy to stay in England.
Happy to stay in England.
And connected with that, he's picked out a couple of things. One is they're probably getting a decent domestic salary, and secondly is the language, which is always an obstacle, isn't it, as we see another foul on Chanatip. Shot, very good, and nicely done by Nadir. I think it just got everyone by surprise.
Yeah, Tanawat, it was with a bit of time and space. Everyone was still reorganizing themselves defensively. Gets the ball in space there. Nadir, thankfully for Indonesia, was alert to the entire situation.
That's the kind of thing that would really upset Shin Tae-yong, wouldn't it? Got to be alert. Don't want to be giving away a goal in those sort of circumstances. Tiraton. He's just opted to punch him. Perhaps he could have caught, but here come Indonesia now. Didik Setiawan is trying to get that up to Witan Sulaiman. They've opted to keep those two on that halfway line, haven't they? Witan and Ramai, just on the off chance.
Well, they need to. They're in a position where they need to take a few, take more chances rather, more risk in this game. And just going back to the point about players going overseas, as we go to Asnawi, who's going to play in Korea in K2, is, I know it's easy to say everyone should be going overseas, they should all be testing themselves at a higher level, where's the ambition, this, that and the other. We also have to remember that we don't know what these players' personal stories are, how many people they're taking care of back home, and if they're making a good salary there, then you have to weigh that comes into it as well. Remember that players, they have people to take care of, they've got families, as you see Super Chok, they're getting taken out.
Also, Roshan, there's a lot of money they make outside through endorsements and all that kind of thing. See that challenge again from Alfiandra. So being in that particular country helps part of that, doesn't it?
Yeah, and so I think that there's a lot that comes into it. Of course, from a sporting perspective, you want to see them step up and challenge themselves and go to the next level. But sometimes it isn't as easy as just that. It's never just one thing.
And for every Chanatip who has succeeded, and same with his teammate Tiraton, they both succeeded at foreign level. A number of them haven't, as the ball comes in to the penalty area. Kambuaya tries to lead the counter-attack. Ramai Kek is taken out there. But before that, the referee is pointing to an earlier offence in the build-up.
Well, the first ball that came in from the first free kick, Bodin Pala was making that run into the box, and you just wonder again if that Indonesian defence had just fallen asleep for a second, because he was in acres of space. If he'd gotten the right touch, he was able to turn and face goal, and Indonesia could have been in trouble. But again, on the counter-attack, you see the threat that they pose, especially with Rumakek and the pace and directness of his running, causing a few issues for Pawi. He's able to skip past that challenge, and then a leg out from Pawi, taking him down.
They're not enjoying the pace coming at them at the moment, Roshan, the Thais. Perhaps we didn't see enough of that from the Indonesians in that first leg. Only in little flashes where they did cause a few problems, not many.
Yeah, but said it earlier, they're looking a lot more confident. So again, you think about the story around the game. 4 goals down, second leg of the final. Give it everything we've got. It's our last game here. We've got nothing to lose.
Absolutely.
Nobody really expects us to catch up to Thailand in terms of the aggregate scores. And maybe the trophy being out there has given them a bit of inspiration as well.
Thailand would have felt they have one hand on that already. They certainly don't want to be losing Ramai, who's going to get on that stretcher, and Indonesian fans will be hoping he'll leap off it very quickly. Shin Tae-yong right, well, actually outside of his technical area at the moment. Having words with Alfredo Dewanga. But these guys right now, just that belief, I think that's more important than anything else right now, the belief that's coursing through the veins of Indonesian fans. Remember, they have had 2 occasions here at the National Stadium in this tournament where they've managed to score 4 goals. 4 against Malaysia, 4 against Singapore. Very different circumstances, of course. And they've got 3 to go. Asnawi, he's done well. Taken away a little too easy by Didik. Ramai is ready to come back on, but at the moment the ball's with Supachok. Looking for Bordin. He's forced his way into the area. Rather Tirasin.
Well, a really difficult ball for him to do anything with, Tirasin. How far away he was from goal there. Just knew that he needed to put in a challenge on Fakhruddin. Another one who I was surprised to see taken off at half-time in that first leg, to be replaced by Baggett, who I don't really think has been that impressive. Malcolm Baggett.
Your thoughts on players breaking protocols and now not being available for the final?
I think that's a disgraceful mistake to make. And it almost, you know, it's a lack of respect for your teammates and for the squad as a whole. When everyone's together in camp, everyone is living in that bubble, everyone's working towards that common goal. For you to say, you know what, I want to go out and have a bit of fun. It's disgraceful for me, and you know,
even more so in a pandemic.
Yeah, and you're putting yourselves at risk. You're putting other people at risk. See Eggy going down. And I think, you know, when you look at that, you say, yeah, young players, they make mistakes. Okay, maybe. But Victor Igbonefo, what's he, like 36 years old?
Yeah, that's right. Captain of their side. Rahmat goes in solidly, wins the ball back. Lovely pass from Witan Sulaiman to Egy Maulana. As Indonesia come forward, slip through. Beautiful interplay between Egy and Witan. Thailand just about get that away.
They're looking for a handball, but I think it's come off the chest of Saraj. But they're a little bit all over the place at the moment, Thailand, defensively.
Wonderful to see Witan Sulaiman and Egy Maulana there. Exchange of passes have caused a few problems. The good news is Ramai is up and running, looking pretty good. Flag just goes up on Supachok, who spent a lot of time looking across at the assistant there.
Tirasin giving it back into Chanatip, but he's looking right across the line there, Supachok. Really should be getting himself back into an onside position. Again, gaining a bit more territory here, pushing up the pitch. Indonesia with a longer pass forward.
Now that Pratama Arhan throw. Let's see if they can get something out of this. Low and flat is normally the key here. And that's exactly what we've got. There will be a corner. It looked like it was Paui who got the final touch. It has been an interesting weapon of choice. Surak will be absolutely desperate to make amends after that early mistake off the near post, off the man on the near post there, just trying to get a touch on. Witan. Fernando Valga gives it away. No foul on Chanatip. Here's Asnawi. Pratama Arhan. Tirisin dropping deep here as well. Ricky Kambuaya. Now Egi Maulana. Indonesia trying to sustain this pressure. Superchok on his own. One back by Asnawi. Felt he was fouled by Superchok.
Just stopped playing for a second, Asnawi.
Without any whistle going.
Without any whistle going. Wanting the referee to blow a whistle there. We're still looking to play the advantage, but Indonesia first to every second ball at the moment.
Well, he wanted a quick ball in. Did Exetiawan. Delivery wasn't bad, was it?
He was able to actually find the head of Derek Setiawan. A little bit too high for him, though.
Yeah, again, lots of speculation about who would lead the line. Pretty even at the moment in terms of possession. Shots. Thailand at the moment in front on that one. But yeah, Shin Tae-yong was asked, why have you not used Egi Maulana more? Remember, he got started, as we see Rodan Vala. Still board in. Tanawat. Yeah, Shin Tae-yong was saying that he had to just manage his players and their workloads, and that's why they want to put too much on Egi. And now people are calling for Ezra Walian. Before they were wondering why he started. It's never an easy job being a coach. It's satisfying all those fans.
It's almost as if everyone else knows better than you.
Here's Pratama Arhan.
And that's why when you're in the hot seat, you might as well make decisions that you want to make. At least if you lose your job, you can say, hey,
my way, hey?
It's my way.
Yeah, absolutely. Given away there by Paui. Nerves there in the Thai defence this evening. Helped, of course, by that early goal for Indonesia. King himself had said he didn't think that this was done. He said he even cited some Champions League, UEFA Champions League comebacks, which I'm sure big football fans have all had at the back of their mind.
I'm gonna touch on that. Let's just see what happens here with this long throw, as the referee has a word with Egi and Bodin. And he's been saying to these players every time there's a set piece situation in the box, no hands, no hands. I'm watching, and then he says thank you. Very polite referee.
Pratama. Oh, that was an important touch there. Witan Sulaiman got a leg on it, but Bodinfala was in the way. He's gone in hard. He might get booking here. Will indeed.
He's done really well. Kambuaya. Wonderful job that Kambuaya has done here to touch it, zipped into him, sees that challenge coming, touches the ball away, gets his body across, boom, takes the contact. Well done.
Got a block earlier on, ball in foul off Witan Sulaiman. Again, that throw.
Yeah, again that throw. Launched in, missed the first defender with the header. So all sorts of issues in the box. Siwarak looking to organise that wall after that nervy start. His mistake leading to the opener for Indonesia. Alfeandra, he's got a wonderful technique.
We've seen a spectacular free kick here against Indonesia. Can they now dish out one of their own? Alfeandra standing over the ball. A chance here to make it 2 for Indonesia. 10 minutes or so before half-time. Chanatip is going to be the one. Reminds me of his namesake Messi J having to do that a few weeks ago. Wall does enough. It's out for a corner.
Yeah, good job done by the Wall. Facing down that free kick, and we see multi-millionaire footballers around the world turning their backs, turning away from free kicks when they're part of a wall, which really gets to me. And so far we've seen from these two sides, players in the wall unafraid to take the hits, do their job.
A lot of players have put their bodies on the line, haven't they, in this competition? It's been great to see. Away by Sarac. And they go for a Pratama special here. Looks like they will.
He's got a bit more of a run-up area on this side of the pitch than he has on the other one.
Yeah, it's harder, isn't it? But drop by Sirac. They couldn't profit from this one. The handling of the goalkeeper, Indonesia, and the miskick from Rahmat Irianto.
Spilled it. Again, Siwarak under pressure.
That might be playing on his mind, Roshan.
Looking shaky. There's one of his own players, Pitsada, just in front of him. But still he's not able to claim. Fortunately for him, Terasin was able to hack that one away.
Right now, Indonesia don't want this half to end. There's 9 minutes or so left. The momentum, it would appear, is with them. Still, it's all fun and games. Lots of people dressed up for the occasion. Here's Asnawi. Still going strong, Asnawi. It's a great run from him. Cross, not good enough. Tiraton. Back with Indonesia. Touch on by Witan Sulaiman. They've won the ball back here. Ricky Kambuaya. Bit of work to do here. Setia one. Pratama. It's incredible. It's just coming back to Indonesia, isn't it? Putting the pressure on Thailand.
Opposite of the first leg, it was Thailand in the first leg who were winning all the second balls, looking to press immediately after losing it. Here it's Indonesia picking up the 50-50s, picking up those second balls, hungrier for it at the moment.
Narabadin has done really well there.
Well defended. Had to be strong. got his body across and let it run out for a goal kick to Thailand.
We saw a little bit of this, didn't we, Roshan, in the first half of the semi-final second leg against Vietnam, where they came at Thailand. But they kind of held firm. They were never really panicking. This was the goal.
Yeah, it's good work. Again, from Indonesia, down the left-hand side, it was Rumakiak, then Witan Sulaiman, keeping his composure, poking it into Kambuaya. He really just had to do his best to try and get it on target, keep it low, test the goalkeeper, and that's exactly what he did. Oh, it's an important interception from Kritsada. And he's under
going
pressure.
hard. Look at that. Forward and swarming. Witan Sulaiman. Oh, he can't quick that in. Asking in vain for the corner, but look at that early in that phase.
All over Kritsada there. I mean, the first interception from Kritsada was very good and he just gets crowded out. Paui, to his credit, I thought he's going to just get left behind, but he gets himself back goal side. And he's patient, he doesn't put in a silly challenge, doesn't put in a rash challenge. Good composure, let's Witan just run it out of play.
Rather, Super Chop won't get there. Back with Thailand. Put out of play by Tirasin. Frustration for the Thais. Didik. Kambuaya. Again, quick throw. They're looking to release Witan Sulaiman as fast as they can.
Good pace as well with Witan. Always looking to try and get in behind that Thai defence. The earliest opportunity, but Thailand here on an attack of their own.
Here's Tiraton, is about as far up the pitch we've seen him in a while. Tirasin.
Yeah, good defending from Alfiandra. Brave defending. Did his job well. Tirasin looked to be favourite for it initially, but Alfiandra got there. Lifting it, Tiraton. For the head of Tirasin. Well defended. Good position taken up by Alfiandra. You know, in the first leg, it just looked like nothing was going Indonesia's way in possession with the ball. Second leg here, it's Thailand looking flustered, looking nervous, and that's a credit to Indonesia.
Can they keep this going in the second half? And they need goals, of course. Alfiandra waiting to come on, and he is now back on the pitch. Full complement for Indonesia. All the way back to the goalkeeper Siwadak. 4 minutes or so left in this first half. Here's Sarac. Up towards Supachok. Alfiandra did enough.
Just making the run in between Alfiandra and Arhan. Again, Alfiandra has done a good job defensively.
Roshan, you wanted to bring something up about the Champions League. I'm just harking back from about 10 minutes ago.
Yes, thanks for bringing that up. I just wonder what they've been watching Indonesia in the lead up to this game. You know, what sort of motivational films or matches they've been looking at. Maybe Liverpool's famous comeback against Barcelona in the Champions League. Maybe they were watching
Tottenham against Ajax Amsterdam. Another one.
Sure, yeah. I was going to actually go for Mali, Angola in the 2010 Africa Cup of Nations. Angola went into a 4-0 lead, and then Mali. You see the ball coming in for Witan.
As well there, Surak. Nice and aware.
Mali getting it back to 4-all, a space of like 11 minutes or something to that effect.
I remember Newcastle, Arsenal one year,
yep.
where they were 4-0. Well,
none of those comebacks have been in I don't think in a final.
yeah,
But you know, it's happened in football.
right. So you know that phrase, we've seen this happen. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Well, they have.
I mean, you think about probabilities, and obviously probability is very low.
No, of course.
But there's still a chance, no matter how slim that chance is.
Now, if the
there
equation
never was, sorry, Shed, if
go
there
on.
never was, then don't bother showing up.
correct,
Right?
and that's why Shin Tae-yong has only maintained just positive note. That's all he can do. He's got to say, we can win this.
Yeah,
we can win this.
Obviously, don't expect him to come on and say, "No, it's all over.
Yeah.
Let's pack it in. Let's go home now."
But what I mean is, he's been very emphatic.
Yeah.
We will win this. In fact, sorry, he doesn't say we can win this. We will win this. And right now, the way the team is playing, there is strong belief in what their coach has espoused.
It starts from the coach, right? If he's sending those messages publicly, it starts from him. He's coming out in these press conferences saying, "We will win this," and that filters through to the players that believe, you know. And again, what they've been doing in the build-up to this one, important to maintain that belief that okay, we're 4-0 down, but as I said, this is second leg, 90 minutes. You don't get to play in a final very often in your career.
Yeah. Listen, there's been maybe 2 goals lead in the second half. That is still doable. 3 at the moment is what's required by Indonesia. Thailand have started to see a little bit more of the ball in the last couple of minutes. Here's Narubadin. Now Sarach. Oh, where Tiraton is. No foul on him, referee. He's not interested. He's telling Tiraton to get out.
He's made a clever run here, Tiraton, if they can find him with a throw. And unfortunately for Thailand, they don't have the long throw capacity of Pratama Arhan.
We've got 3 minutes more. That will be good news to Indonesia. Here's Narubadin, who just skips past Ramai. Oh, that was almost as spectacular from Tirasin. It would have been special.
Yeah, looking for the goal that would have taken him outright top on the scoring charts in this competition. It would have been pretty special if he gotten the right connection. Really good work from Narubadin. It's acceleration, a drop of the shoulder, and then a change of pace. Kambuaya for me is just fantastic to watch on the ball. He carries it so well. Skips past players, can keep a hold of it, and you know, he knows how to find the final pass.
Here come Thailand now. That helps to win the ball back for Indonesia. Got about a minute and a half left in this first half. Chanatip. He's been relatively quiet in this game so far, which is a good indication of how well Indonesians are performing at the moment. He has certainly given them a real impetus, hasn't he, Pratama Arhan?
Yeah, he has. It just gives them better balance now on the left-hand side. We mentioned his defensive work, but also his contribution, I think, more in those attacking positions and his long throws with the set pieces. Obviously a key part of Indonesia's game.
Also, we've not seen much of Narubadin bombing forward as we have seen in previous matches.
Yeah, but I don't think they need him to. You know, remember we saw this from Thailand against Vietnam in the second leg, where the positioning was a lot more disciplined. You know, because they were hanging on to a lead. They don't need to open up, and They don't need to have their fullbacks getting forward, hugging the touchline, exposing themselves in those central positions.
And then leaving space in behind.
Yeah, so, you know, you have to understand the situation and see, okay, the positions are a bit more conservative, but the reason behind that is, you know, you've got this lead. So for all that we said about Indonesia here, it's still only 1-0. Thailand have got 3 goals.
Yeah, big
and
cushion
that cushion.
still. Last few seconds of the first half. Here comes Narubadin. The referee calls time on a breathtaking first half of football here, in which Indonesia have been magnificent.
They've been great to watch, wonderful entertainment. Indonesia full of hunger and desire, playing with a fantastic intensity and tempo, scoring their early goal, which I think would have given their fans and themselves a lot of hope. Ideally, would have wanted a second going into this halftime break, but look, can regroup in the halftime break, catch their breath, and come out hopefully rejuvenated for the second 45 to give us all the grand finale.
And who will lift that trophy? Will it be the Reds or the Blues? Right now, Indonesia in a huddle. Asnawi talking with them fervently. They will still have that belief. They're a quarter of the way there if you're looking at a mission of 4 goals. Ricky Kambuaya has given them that hope in the 7th minute with a large slice of luck thanks to the mistake from Siwarak in that tie goal. But they will most gladly take it. And the halftime score here at the National Stadium in the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 second leg final. It's Indonesia 1, Thailand 0.
Saya sini bakal mengarah ke sesuatu yang besar kok.
Cara pandang gue soal hidup berbeda.
Lu sama gue ditakdirin buat bareng terus kayak benda dan bayangannya.
Karena itu gue deketin dia.
Jangan jatuh cinta sama Atta.
Aku mau jatuh cinta sama siapapun itu hak aku. Aku gak suka sama Kari. Aku ingat nih tempat ini.
Pertama kali kita ketemu.
Setelah ku bukan yang terbaik.
Mereka 3 orang bukan salah gue dong.
Enggak, lo yang PHP ini.
Mereka jangan baper dong. Mama mana?
Papa nggak tahu deh.
Shame on you. Mama happy gak sih?
Kamu sama Bandi?
Lo tahu pacar gue namanya Riri. Lo pikirin nama Riri cewek lu doang.
Gue cuma pengen satu, pergi yang jauh dari sini.
Nona sinyal tidak ada. Berdiri dekat sini, Ri, biar sinyal bagus.
Situ orang apa antena? Noise banget.
Dokter ini, ketemu juga kita tempat ini.
Aku ini datang ke Alor pengen hidup tenang. Jangan bilang kamu gak pernah ciuman.
Kalau kita ciuman, kita pacaran ya.
Ini gue ngeliat orang bunuh diri pakai mata kepala gue sendiri.
Kita hidup di dunia ini gak sendirian. Ada yang ngawasin kita juga.
Tapi kalau lu gak ngerekam dan ngepost, ini semua gak bakal nyebar.
Pokoknya sekarang gue gak percaya sama siapa-siapa.
Iklan ini untuk kita semua yang merayakan 2021. Untuk semua yang telah berhasil dilewati dan membawa kita ke hari ini. Apapun itu, rayakan semua kemenangan kecilmu bareng film-film Hollywood terbaru di video.
On the roost!
Hey everyone. I get to keep the suit?
Of course. Doesn't fit me. Just don't do anything I would do. And definitely don't do anything I wouldn't do. There's a little gray area in there, and that's where you operate.
What's up, guys? Wait a minute. You want the real Avengers?
But this does not mean you're an Avenger, in case you were wondering.
Oh.
That's not a hug. I'm just grabbing the door for you. Oh, all right, kid. Good luck out there.
The world's changing, boys. Time we change too.
Listen, Peter. Forget the flying monster guy. There are people who handle this sort of thing.
I'm sick of him treating me like a kid.
But you are a kid.
This is my chance to prove myself.
Don't mess with me. Because I will kill you and everybody you love.
短期間のうちにこの汽車で40人以上の人が行方不明となっている。数名の剣士を送り込んだが全員消息を絶った。ねんねんころりこんころり、鬼が来ようとこんころり、息も忘れてこんころり、腹の中でもこんころり、もう目覚めることはできない。
Heo, temukan nomor CVV di kartu ini. 3,
2, 1. Gak ketemu ya? Iyalah, karena nomor CVV kartu debit Jago Visa cuma ada di aplikasi Jago. Aman banget kan?
And then 4 new songs. Being in LA as well, where I sort of had to recover, you know, from everything that happened in my life over the last few years, it just sort of felt like the perfect show. It will look really elegant, and then I'll tell like a load of filthy jokes, like sort of whiplash for them. Also, get you, Lizzo. You keep coming to outshine me, babes.
Why was this an interview I was interested in? Because I'm always interested in people who are willing to speak their truth. She actually is the truth.
How posh is this?
It's going to be a very special night.
Second half of this AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 final about to get underway. Indonesia a goal up thanks to the early strike from Ricky Kambuaya. They are a quarter of the way through their mission to get 4 goals. And perhaps as a result of what we saw in the first half, Thailand are to make 3 changes. So Tanawat will make way for Pitiwat. who has actually been very regular in this tournament, a starter. Perhaps a little bit more control in midfield. Well, Tirisin Dangda is off, and Adisak, who had a fantastic tournament last edition, will be up front. And Wiratep also comes into the mix. And Wiratep goes into the centre-back role that was taken up by Paui in the first half. Your thoughts on these changes, Roshan?
I mean, when you look at Thailand's squad, they've got incredible quality. So I don't think there's going to be much of a dip. If anything, when you think of Pitewat coming into central midfield, that just helps secure things a bit more on the defensive front. I think he's a different type of player than Thanawat. And Pitewat can hold the ball a little bit more, stronger physically, can play more of a defensive presence there than if they need him to. Adisak coming on gives them a chance to give Tirasin a bit of a break. He's worked very hard for them in this competition, but also Mano Polking here rotating the squad around, giving opportunities to some players who perhaps, you know, likes of Adisak, for example, not seen much in terms of minutes in this competition. And he still will have that physical presence up front and ability to hang on to it. And then Wiratep coming into central defence. He played
not his natural role, but he did that in the last game.
Yeah, first leg. Had to go into central defence after Elas Dola picked up an injury, and he did a really good job.
Paui was having a couple of problems, wasn't he? He was facing Pratama Arhan on that side, and Ramai as well. There was Pratama Arhan. Aforementioned Ramai. So the mission here, Roshan, 3 more goals for Indonesia. 3 unanswered goals as well, we have to be clear. Adisak constructs for the new forward, Borden Pala. Here's Tiraton. That was about as good a half as Indonesia could have hoped for. Perhaps another goal would have just given them an extra bit of belief, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have going into half-time with 2 goals. And given them a big boost coming into this second 45. Would have made it a lot more exciting for us neutrals as well, and for Indonesian fans here in the stadium and out there watching along.
Here is Chanatip. Back to Borden Pala. Back to Tiraton. Pitewat, ball across. And that was just too close to Nadeo. No way that Chukchok's going to get to it. Would you say that certainly the substitutions, or at least a couple of them, would have been a reaction to what they experienced in the first half and how the Indonesians came hard at them?
Yeah, perhaps a bit of that, but also I think I said this in the first half, for all that Indonesia did in the first 45, for all the effort, the intensity and the enjoyable way in which they showed up here, still is just 1-0. There's still that 3-goal cushion for Thailand. And Mano Polking has spoken about trusting his squad and the ability of the players in there. And he's shown it throughout this competition. And he's got quality in that Thai squad to use.
Yeah, he has said that from that good result in the first leg, they feel a little more freedom today. And he said they wanted to play the way they like. And he said no reason to change that. Didn't certainly have that freedom in that first half, but as Roshan points out, it is still the 1 goal that they have conceded.
And also I think said, going back to the substitutions, when you think of Pitiwat coming on, gives them a bit more control in the middle of the park.
Yeah. It's a reassuring presence, isn't he?
That's right. And he can go, he can sit if he needs to, he can go box to box. That's not an issue for him. You know, at times in his competition. I'll come back to that.
Rifle ball. Again, it's really well done. Not something we see him do too much of, Ramai.
Good play from the left winger, one of that front line. Back to help his side out defensively. But yeah, Pitiwat can play box to box, can sit in front of that defence. At times in his competition, he's had to protect that back line.
The crowd doing everything they can to help their teams, their respective teams. And this will be watched by millions around the world as well. Has captured the imagination. A region of more than 500 million people. Football mad region in Southeast Asia, and they have been treated to some superb football over the last month or so. Here is Pitiwat. Up to Chanatip. Looking to maybe get a bit more into this game. Chanatip was quiet by his high standards in the first half. Oh, and Edi Malana taken out there. Witan Sulaiman, I should say.
Yeah, Ricky Tambala is not happy with Wiratap. The way he went in there.
He's claiming an elbow into the chest of Witan. The referee looked to be going to his pocket.
Yeah, he's booked Wiratap. Oh, it's a wild lunge from Wiratap, and it's the forearm. It looks to just have gone into the chest of Witan.
He's up fairly quickly, and Wiratap, he's been on the pitch for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and he's in the book.
Yeah, Shin Tae-yong's trying to make the
very politely
make the case for an elbow.
He did say he wasn't expecting to be beaten by such a big margin in that first leg, Shin Tae-yong. He blamed that on the lack of experience in the squad, but he said, I don't want to dwell too much on that defeat. I want to keep encouraging the players to focus on the positives. Thailand had the perfect match, and his team had not played so well. Oh, that ball just wouldn't fall to Dedik Setiawan.
It was Wiratap who was just coming back in, getting a touch on that. Otherwise, Dedik was in behind. Few errors defensively here from Thailand. Just see Wiratap gets caught wrong side, but he's done well to recover and put the ball away from Dedik.
Here's Tiraton. Does love to come in field, doesn't he? All the way from left back.
Well, you see when he does move in field, see Borden push out wide onto this left-hand side. That's a way for them to maintain their shape, maintain their balance. And now they just hang on to the ball long enough here, Thailand, for them to again restructure. So Tiraton can move back across, and now Borden can push on forward.
Delightful ball into the path on Narabudin. It drags it back. Important touch there from Chanatip. It's done so well. How many times have we seen him? Borden Pala. Can he finish off? A Toko on the return, and it's on! And that substitution has made a difference. Thailand have leveled things and go 5-1 on aggregate.
They've deserved that goal. Thailand for the start that they've made in the second half. And the fight shown here by Chanate. We just kept going and going, keeping a hold of the ball under pressure from two Indonesian players who were fighting to win it back. Kept the ball, Super Chok played it into Bodin, who was actually trying to wrap his foot around, trying to create that angle so that he could wrap his foot around it and guide it towards the far post. Couldn't quite get it out from underneath his feet, so decided to have a toe poke at it. Nadeo could only push it out into the center of the penalty box. And Adisak has come on and made a difference. And I think that should be it for Thailand in terms of the title.
His 11th goal in the AFF overall, his first in this tournament. He scored 8 in the last edition where he was the top scorer, but that one very, very important indeed. And that might put to bed some of the ghosts he may have had after missing a penalty right at the end of that semi-final against Malaysia, which saw the Malaysians go through in 2018. But that, as Roshan said, is probably it though. Who knows? Well, a good early start for Indonesia in the first half, and now for Thailand in the second.
Yeah, they've regained control of this game, Thailand.
All three of the subs have played a role. Wirata preventing the ball getting to Didik, Adisak scoring that goal, and Pitiwat in midfield controlling things.
That's right. Chanate. Look at how strong he is there as well, even though now he's just gone right through the back of him.
Just going back to that goal, Roshan, it was Chanate, remember, who onto the ball to build up to that goal.
That's right.
Incredible. Again and again. Here's Bodin Fala. Return ball to him from Super Chok. Nadeo punches clear. Ramai can't clear the ball himself. It's an own goal! And they've got the lead here. Delight now for Nana Polking, who surely must believe, as do the Thai fans, that is it.
Well, Indonesian dreams well and truly crushed here by Thailand. Bodin, what an impact down his left-hand side. Fighting for it first to these second balls, and it's unfortunate. I think Nadeo would have had that covered. There wasn't too much pace on that shot, but excellent work by Super Chok to set this one up. And Asnawi sliding that one into the back of his own net. You know, there's been a bit of drama around Asnawi and his reaction to Faris Ramli's penalty that was saved. They could have given a free kick for that, but decided to play it on. A shot from Saraj going into the back of the net via Asnawi.
No goal from Asnawi. I think that shot from Saraj could well have, awarding it to Saraj. That would have been off target. Either way, it was covered by Nadeo and it came off Asnawi. And that looks like it will be it, you would think. 6-1 now is the aggregate score. And the response is to bring on another striker, Anis, and one of the players of the tournament for Indonesia, Irfan Jaya. Now what or who will they sacrifice? Could be like for Didik and Anis. And might Ramai also have to make way. Well, it's very loud and celebratory in the blue part of this stadium, as you can imagine. Celebrations have certainly started. Brilliant to see. So it is indeed Hannes coming on for Didik Setiawan. And Jai makes way for Irfan. Between those two, they tend to flip with each other. But Irfan is an explosive player himself. And he gets you goals.
Yeah, he does. And he's been a good contributor for Indonesia in terms of his attacking output. Irfan Jaya. Yeah, Pitiwat coming across and showing his power and strength. It's won back well by Witan Sulaiman.
Was that a foul? Was that a foul? Irfan can't believe it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure that was enough for a penalty. They give it a clever pass in behind Kritsada with that arm across. Perhaps another referee on another day would have seen that arm across and felt that Irfan Jaya was being taken down by Kritsada.
You always run that risk, don't you? When you place your hands on the opposition. There's Ricky Kambuaya. Nice little touch on to Witan Sulaiman. Easy. Siwarak. And there's a big roar of approval there from Siwarak, who will probably be the most happy and relieved person in the stadium, Rushan.
Yeah. I was going to say his teammates bailed him out, but I mean, even if he's conceded that one, he still had that 3-goal cushion.
Offside there for Adisak. What a devastating couple of minutes that was for Thailand.
Yeah, I mean, this has just shown the ability to go up a gear, I think, if they need to. And the changes that were made in terms of the personnel, but also just that sudden change in the tempo of their play with the ball. The fact that Indonesia, I think, had just dropped off at the start of the second half and gave Thailand the time to get the passing rhythm going. It was back to that pass and move. And some wonderful movement off the ball. And then the finishing has been clinical. Fortunate at times, sure, but still they've got the job done.
Oh, lovely work down that left-hand side. Here's Pratama Arhan. Looking to get that into the path of Hanis.
This guy is a rock. He's been an absolute rock at the back for Thailand. Kritsada. Pratama gets his head up looking for Hanis in the 6-yard box. But Kritsada's there. Reads danger early. Couple of quick steps across to cut out that attempt to pass from Pratama into Hanis.
Hanis would have in good position there to have scored his first ever goal for Indonesia in his 4th appearance. The youngster, 22 years of age, as with so many of these players. Oh, not that far away. And another player who has impressed, Alfiandra.
Changing the corner routine up there with Pratama Arhan, receiving pass from Irfan Jaya. Like how Alfiandra just looks to run onto this. Unlucky.
Alfiandra plays like a grizzled veteran. He's 20 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the big differences between, I know people look at this and say Indonesia headed towards another AFF Cup final defeat, the sixth in the history as a nation in this competition. But the difference, I think, between this side and perhaps previous sides is that it's a very young team across the board.
Yeah.
They're only going to sort of grow together as a generation, as a team, and I hope they're allowed to do that. I really, really hope they're allowed to do that.
This shouldn't by any stretch be looked at as a failure. Leaning backwards, Hanis.
getting bodies into the box. I'm expecting a situation like this. Let's Egi heads it back into Hannes. He's off balance as he hit that. Well, just an unbalanced Pitiwat. Couldn't balance himself before that shot at goal.
Sandanga, the most shots final today. Here's Egi, foul on him. Now Pitiwat. Quickly shuts his opponent.
You just hope, as I said earlier, that this Indonesian side are allowed to develop together, grow together over the next few years, and that Young is given a chance to do his job properly. You know, Southeast Asian football needs a strong Indonesian national team. I think the more you have the likes of Thailand, you have Vietnam now who've stepped up to the plate and challenging the big boys in Asia. You have competitive teams, and you hope that Indonesia can join in that. Malaysia trying to step up to that level. The more you can have these teams competitive of a similar sort of level, that helps to generally grow the game in the region as well.
And here come Thailand. It's quite the run, isn't it, that from Superchok. Stopped in his tracks. It will be a corner. Asnawi quickly puts it there in the quadrant.
Body in again, wonderful skill. A bit of trickery. Asnawi, eyes on the ball all the way, intense, focused. Makes a good tackle.
And he wasn't one that was nailing down a regular starting place in this lineup. Morning Fala. He certainly grabbed this opportunity. Short one to Chanatip. So he could still go for that top scorer award. Here's Wiratap. Dropping. What that goal, of course, has done, Roshan, it came with about half an hour or so more to go. Kind of killed it off, didn't it? Really, that it's difficult, isn't it, for the Indonesians after this? It's a sucker punch.
It is, but it's a credit to Thailand how they responded. I mean, I don't think it was the best of first halves, but again, they were only a goal down on the night, 3 up on aggregate. But the second half response, the changes that they made, the control that they've now asserted on the game, they've regained that element of dominance, the element of control. It's put them in such a good position.
Here's Chanatip. They might be hungry for a few more. Back to the Thai skipper. Whereby Fakhrudin. Now Kritsada. How will they play out this next 25 minutes or so? Ties. Borden. Now Superchok. Marubadin getting in on the act. Borden goes down, play continues. And Indonesia giving away. They're boxed in at the moment.
Yeah, they can't get out. Just the control from Thailand. They've got bodies around. Every time they lose the ball, players are in close contact with each other, nice close connections to link those passes, and when they lose it, they can press together as well. Saraj busy in the center of the park, linking those passes together. Here he is involved again. gone from left to right, back in through the middle board, and this is how they've moved Indonesia around.
Chanatip shot, blocked by Fakhrudin.
When they lose it, they pressed and won it back. It was Chanatip who pounced on that loose ball, that loose pass from Indonesia.
Oh, he's ridden out one challenge, Chanatip.
Can't touch them at the moment.
Good to see another player who's been on the fringes here, Sivakorn, about to come on. Actually, it's going to be Philip Roller, who's actually very, very good, isn't he? Whenever he's had the opportunity.
Sarach has had a very good second half, being that connector in midfield. He's decided to sit in the middle of that back three, take a bit of a breather.
Slip through, Narubadin. Who's going to get rid of it? And that shot from Chanatip is blocked. He's got a big smile on his face, hasn't he? Manapolking. And now that change to be made.
Yeah, they worked this opportunity so well again. In possession, patient, until the key moment, until the key pass, until they find that breakthrough in behind. He's crying out for that cutback. The defence had dropped off. Almost invented a new word there, dropping off. Had dropped off onto the edge of the 6-yard box.
85% passing accuracy. Chanatip's had more touches in the second half. He certainly got more involved, and I think this is where Roller rather play Roshan a bit further up the pitch. Very offensively minded player, isn't he? Can't be easy if you're Asnawi now. You've got Tiraton and Roller, but it might just also allow Roller to... Well, Tiraton's going infield again a little bit.
There you go, pass, move, next connection. Players moving into spaces, so the options for the play on the ball and the composure being shown. Challenges coming in, they're being put under pressure, but they're hanging on to it. Thailand, and they played their way out of this press incredibly well again.
Beautiful. Look at that space that Chanatip was in. Ball after Superchok. Waits for Adisak, but it's going to go to Narubadin. Superchok. Chanatip. Last ditch from Asnawi. Here's Roller. Just come on. A player from Port, born in Munich. Moved to Thailand in 2017. Tiraton is brought down now.
They're frustrated now, these Indonesian players. And Tiraton, he saw that challenge coming from a mile away. He knew it was coming. Just took the contact. And that's experience from Tiraton. See, he's got his head, he knows the challenge coming, release, and he just jumps, gets himself out of danger's way, out of harm's way, but still takes the contact. Chanatip wasn't happy. And I think Chanatip's been given a yellow card as well. For his part in that, running over to have a word with the referee. You can't believe it.
He's not happy with that decision. So both skippers have gone into the book. Clever play there from Tiraton. So a change that we've seen very often. One of the most senior players in the squad, Evan Dimas, replaces Rahmat Irianto, who, like his father now, it would look like both of them have unfortunately lost in the Suzuki Cup final against Thailand. Back to Kritsada. There's confirmation of that booking on Chanatip. Adisak Raison. Now Narubadin. Oh, almost, wasn't it? Adisak. Thailand look hungry for more. Wirata. 64% now. They've certainly asserted themselves a lot more in the second half, and a big credit there to the changes that Manam Hawking made, just to make sure that they could kill off the momentum. But not only that, they have gone on to score 2 goals. Waller's gone over to that right-hand side for a bit. We talked about this youthful side, Roshan. Are we thinking now in the next Suzuki Cup or the one after that, this is when they really come into their own, Indonesia?
Well, I think they certainly be favourites, one of the favourites for the under 23, AFF under 23 championships that's coming up very soon.
Most of the bulk of this team, wouldn't it?
Most of the squad will be involved in that competition.
Yeah,
and they can take these experiences along with them into that campaign. I mean, Thailand and Vietnam not going anywhere. The challenge is for Indonesia now to rise up to that level. You'd expect Malaysia coming strong in the next campaign as well, and perhaps having more of a stronger squad that they were able to call up for the next campaign. Singapore another side potentially on that. Philippines maybe with a bit more preparation time, and again being able to call up a stronger squad will be another team that will be a huge threat. So there's been a lot of issues around some of the teams in terms of the preparations coming into this.
Here's Roller going strong. Didn't have no choice but to put it out of play. He's been the veteran of the side, shall we say.
And that's what Roller gives you. Pace, energy, in the wider positions. It's a lot of fun. Roller.
Came into this tournament late, flew in from Germany. He's been very much on the ball whenever he's taken to the pitch. There the fans, you saw a little shot of them there. The Thai fans are certainly having a real blast. There you go, a great view of them. Here's Tiraton. Kutsada now joining the party. Stands the ball up. Almost away. Tiraton having a go.
And they're just all over Indonesia at the moment. They're picking up these second balls, these loose balls. And Kritsada, he's got comfortable enough that he can get forward and join in these attacks. Just one back by Thailand. Tiraton deciding, that's opened up for me, why not have a shot at goal?
Touch on there from Chanatip, so aware, isn't he? Adisak waiting for Narubadin to make that run, and here he is. They have fitted so seamlessly in this squad whenever they're called upon. And it's been so good to watch.
You can identify the style with Thailand, whether it's the team of the second 11, whoever comes in, they know exactly what their roles are, what they're supposed to do, which positions they're supposed to occupy, and that's great coaching. That's great coaching. I mean, credit to the players as well for being able to take that on board and adapting to that.
Well, the interesting thing that's come out, Roshan, in the last couple of days is that he's only contracted Manipok until the end of this tournament, and he said there have been no talks for now, because of course they're totally focused on finishing this job here. But he has said this, which is quite interesting. He said, of course, if you look at the number of touches there, Tiraton was that the most. As Indonesia come forward and it's found in the far corner. A well-taken goal from Egy Maulana out of the blue. And they're level on the night here, Indonesia, and it's something for the fans. Would have been favourite.
Can they at least go on and try and win it on the night?
Yeah,
Indonesia.
that would give them something, wouldn't it, to hold on to? But I think they've certainly done themselves proud tonight. Here is Hannes. Straight to Kritsada. Just going back to that point I was making about Manipok, and he said we want to stay the #1 nation in Southeast Asia, so it's important to have continuity. Hint, hint. And he said he hopes to be part of that because he sees a great future with this side. And he said the success has come down to the players. They've done an unbelievable job. So he's crediting a lot of the players, but I think he's got to take a fair bit of that credit too. It's given them belief again, because they had a very poor World Cup qualifying campaign by their standards.
That's right, yeah. Now with his final warning. Referee trying his best not to send anyone off. I think he's made the right call, just to have a word with Asnawi. I think that's a legitimate challenge to try and win the ball back. I think
we should also add, Roshan, for these two legs of the final, the officiating has been absolutely fine.
Yes, it has been. It has been fine, and I think second leg of Thailand-Vietnam as well was good. Was really good. Sarat sort of concern here is feeling his hamstring.
And that might be it for him. Still have one more change to make if they want.
No point risking it. And no point risking it. I mean, the Thais already won.
Yeah, you think, as we look at this goal now, the one that Sarach scored, I thought this was going out of play, Roshan. Perhaps you can...
Looked like it could have been just going out of play. Nadeo would have had it covered. If it's going out of play, and it's not on target, then it's an own goal for Asnawi.
This is what I thought it might have been, but we'll be generous right now. He's had a great...
I don't have an issue with him being awarded that goal. I think he's been very good for Thailand. He's been a connector in the middle of the park for them. And this is really great to see.
Yes.
Chenpop getting an opportunity.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he's the only player in their squad who has not had any game time. And I'd like to think he would have got some time anyway, but he gets to have some minutes here. And we're seeing Shahiran Abimanyu as well, one of their overseas contingent, plays for JDT, coming on for Indonesia. And he'll come on. It looks like Alfreanda Devanga. Oh no, he's going to come on for Hannes. So Hannes was only on for a short while.
I think he's picked up an injury.
Yeah. Let's tell you about these two players that have just come on. Shahiran, as I mentioned, plays for JDT, 22 years of age, another youngster for his 8th cap. Very, very sparingly used in this tournament. Indonesia, can they push for a third and get that win in these final few minutes? Here comes Chanate, he'd like another goal, wouldn't he? Could he snag both the MVP and top scorer award? Jempop, 25 years of age. And finally coming on. Importantly, making his debut as well for his country. Jempop, so special moment for him. Nice way to come on in the AFF Suzuki Cup final. Here's Irfan.
Great story, Jempop as well. Someone has had to work his way back up to the top level in Thai football. So many times players, you know, they regarded as quite prospects, losing their way along the way, and then for him to work as hard as he has, get this call up into the national side, and now we're making an appearance in the AFF Suzuki Cup 2020 final. Nice little reward for him.
Kambuaya just wanted that to fall for him.
Nice little battle of strength there between Witan and Pitiwat. Both players going shoulder to shoulder.
Done well there, Irfan. He's still going. Real push here for the Thais, but Philip Roller, oh, heavy touch from him.
They're almost there now, Thailand. Sevan Dimas looks to try and get something going.
Asnawi. Flag has gone up for offside on the Indonesian skipper.
Yeah, just a give and go. It's unfortunate there, Asnawi. He's a wonderful footballer, Asnawi. He's just going to get better and better as he gains that experience. But he's got all the right tools. Incredible fighting spirit, great heart. Gets up and down that right-hand side.
4 minutes left in this match. Here comes Philip Roller. He's been switching between left and right. Been a real live wire. Chanatip. Now Adisak. Here's Roller. Chanatip. Cleared away. Ricky Kambuaya has got no support in the box, but he's done well here. Kambuaya, referee, does not point to the penalty. For a second, for a millisecond.
He fooled us there, didn't he, referee?
I thought so.
I thought he was looking to point to the spot. But Kambuaya again, I mean, I think he's been outstanding. Indonesia's best player, he throws himself to the floor in a desperate attempt to win a penalty. But I'm joking, of course. I would have just given it to him just for his efforts tonight.
We are well and truly into added time here. Stick around if you can, of course, for the nice presentation.
How about that for Wiratep as well? Adding ball-playing central defender to his CV. You know, there are lots of ways to win football matches, but Thailand have done it the best way. The most enjoyable way to watch. It's been a lot of fun. It's how they control and dominate matches, how good the players are, technically and tactically. They might add another one here.
Oh, and that isn't all that far away, is it? Adisak.
They found a wonderful balance in the team, the positions that they take up, these players, and the team structure, the team shape that they've got. Obviously, the players' individual quality making a massive difference. There was an arm left behind from Teroton. Referees.
Unnecessary. A little bit ugly at the end of this match. Teroton's been told to get back, and a yellow card given quickly by the referee.
The referee quick on the scene. Show Teroton the yellow card. There's an arm thrown out the face of Fegi. Still having an argument, Fegi and Teroton.
Final chance perhaps for Indonesia. Try and get that third. Not that it would change anything overall. There is a foul in the process, and that will most likely be it.
Mano's already getting ready to celebrate. He's got Wasapon along with him. Arms outstretched. He looked like his lucky outfit. His black shirt, rolled sleeves rolled up, tucked into his jeans.
And clean underwear.
And his same underwear, but clean underwear.
Yes.
His dry cleaners have been working all the time. But it's Thailand here, Shazan.
And there you have it. A record-extending 6th AFF Suzuki Cup for Thailand. They have proved too strong over 2 legs. for 6-time losers in the final, Indonesia, who gave it absolutely everything today, but fell short in 2 minutes where as many goals were scored. Thailand deserving winners, Rich Roshan Wright.
As I said, many ways to win a football match, many ways to win a tournament, but Thailand's way has been absolutely the best way. It has been so enjoyable to watch them. They've controlled everything since the start. They've controlled matches, the way they've set themselves up, the quality that they've shown. Technically, tactically, it's been a brilliant watch and it's been wonderful to analyse. And it's a deserved, really deserved title for Thailand. Back on top, kings of ASEAN, kings of Southeast Asia, kings of the AFF Suzuki Cup. On to bigger and better things now. And it's good to see Thailand sort of back up there. You know, after the last couple of years, where it's not been going too great for them on the international stage. Mano Polking, you mentioned that perhaps his contract's not quite sorted yet. I don't see why.
Get that man a contract.
Get it done.
Absolutely.
Famous words in the world of punditry, right? Put down that contract, let him write whatever he wants on it. I actually think that he won't let us down, Mano Polking, in terms of that comment.
Adisak has done his part, hasn't he? Got the all-important equaliser just to kill things off a little bit. But this team returned to the top of the tree. And they've shown, having been stung really in the last couple of years since the 2018 AFF, where they didn't have all their star players here, that they are kings of Southeast Asia once again. The final score here at the National Stadium is Thailand 2, Indonesia 2. On aggregate, they win 6-2 and take back a 6th AFF Suzuki Cup. So as we await the prize-giving ceremony, the stage being set up there on the National Stadium pitch, as you can clearly see. We look back at what has been a superb tournament from start to finish, twice postponed. As we see Egi Maulana there, who flew in a little bit later than he would have wanted. But he had to complete his league obligations. We're giving the Man of the Match award out very soon indeed. So we'll get that sorted out, but they're celebrating at the moment, the Thais. But having it, first of all, Roshan, in a centralised venue, of course, from a COVID point of view, they had to do it. The Thais have had their league go on, haven't they? And they just cut it short not too long ago. Mano Polking didn't have that much time with the side, but they've come in and they've prospered in this bubble that we have had to create for this tournament.
They have. I think the benefit of Manu coming in is that he's worked in Thailand for a long time. He's very familiar with the players. He knows all of them. He knows the culture. He understands it very well, and that's crucial. That's vital for a foreign coach coming in to understand the culture that you're getting immersed in and to find a way of working with it. And he's done incredibly well, and it's paid dividends for them in the competition. So we see the Man of the Match award for Ricky Kambuaya, another one I'm happy with.
Yes,
another one I'm happy with. It's a deserved one for Ricky Kambuaya. I think he's been Indonesia's best player. Just unfortunate he was on the unfortunate for him and for Indonesian fans, he was on the losing end. Not on the night, but on aggregate.
So those are your stats, and Thailand really managing to exert far more control in the second half.
Second half was a lot better from Thailand. The way they just controlled and dominated this game. Just a sign of how good a side they are, that they could go up a couple of gears and say, we're going to control this one, we're going to dominate this one, and they did.
Indonesia, they're going over to their fans, who've been brilliant throughout, and you know, the word, I think you and I have said it a number of times, that this team needs patience, this needs time. Let them grow, let them flourish.
Absolutely. And without any unnecessary interference, let the team grow, let players the younger players go out and develop and try and challenge themselves in other leagues, higher level leagues. It's been a really good positive campaign for Indonesia and the national side. It's a very young team, very young squad. Shin Tae-yong's a highly experienced head coach, knows what he wants out of his team, knows how he wants them to be playing, and I think they've made their fans very happy.
Let's now hear from the winning coach, Manupolking of Thailand.
Coach, you joined the team not too long ago. How impressed are you with your players over the tournament?
Yeah, I must say they did a fantastic job. I think we play an almost perfect tournament from the beginning. The effort that they put in, the quality of the players, the way they were professional in the right moments. We rotate a lot. They always step in with the same quality. Today we knew would be a little bit psychology difficult. We concede a goal. We keep calm. They come back. They score the 2 goals. Of course, we concede another one, but again, we construct that win in the first game with a great 4-0 performance. And I am so proud of these players. And of course, I am really happy. I hope we gave Thailand a very nice New Year gift and make the people happy, because it's not an easy year with COVID and everything. And I think sometimes football can help to just make the people forget a little bit about the problems, and they are cheering us, supporting us, and we are just, again, so happy that we could make it.
And from your personal point, who has impressed you most